I would explain Pathfinder as working together to support people with mental health issues on their recovery and their well-being.
And to find them goals and to make them happier.
We're the link between the NHS and the voluntary sector.
Pathfinder is the way forward for supporting people with mental health. It's joined up working, it's putting the individual first.
My place has been this dark, I look at it as like you can't see any detail, it's all black and dark, and there's the edge of a cliff, and there's no way forward. And in the distance you can see this lovely land bathed in sunlight and flowers, and it all looks really like a happy place, but you've got no way of getting to that place. So you need this path to be built for you.
A linking point that can put you off to different support networks, avenues that I wouldn't know that were out there and available.
Pathfinder was the one that introduced me then to all the activities I can do, made me feel confident enough to even go along. So they were actually like my bridge at that time.
Well, Pathfinder is a good way to support people feeling more confident in being discharged from NHS services. It allows a more streamlined approach. Otherwise, people would have to go to A&E or go back to their GP. It was realised that service users felt that when they were discharged from NHS services and felt like they didn't have any support with that discharge process. As part of Pathfinder, we support people being discharged from what's called secondary care and support them to link in with other services in the community. So that would be voluntary sector agencies like Mind and Richmond Fellowship, Stone Pillow, Southdown and United Response, amongst others.
Because of tragic circumstances happened last year, I went to my GP when I needed some help. I was desperate, suicidal. They put me onto the Bedale Centre in Bognor Regis, which is a medical health centre, because I was very concerned with my condition and what I might be doing. And it's there that I was introduced to House 48, which we call it House 48. It's United Response. I managed to pull myself along just to try it out, to go along. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I've been going back ever since. That was the beginning of November. I'm now a regular visitor at House 48. I have meals there. I've made tons of friends. I've been having a great social life now. It
reassures people. It reassures clients because they feel like there's an NHS presence still out in the community. So if they feel if they are struggling, they can get that easier access back to services, because before it was just GPs who were referring back, but now they've got another route to get back into NHS services if they need to. And it also is reassuring to our Tier 2 partners that they feel they've got easier access to NHS services.
I contacted Richmond Fellowship, who put me in touch with Pathfinders. I could never imagine attending a course with the way I was feeling. And then the first course was daunting, but actually turned out to be such a sort of success personally.
When we meet with somebody for the first time, we very much find out what they need. So it's about their needs.
He actually walked me to the venue, which actually having that picture in my mind of actually where I needed to go made the day easier for me. I knew where I was going, and all I needed to sort of worry about was the actual course, not actually the travel, getting there. It made me feel at ease, and it made me feel relaxed and willing to share. That feeling of leaving that course and actually thinking, well, I done that, and I felt okay. And it's given me confidence in my ability to go now, broaden them boundaries and go and do other things that I wasn't doing before. And I found difficult to go to walk around, say, a supermarket. I found it difficult, whereas now I don't give it a second thought. It was like I'm starting to have experiences like I did before, having the anxiety, where I don't think about it, I just go and do it.
Individual placement support. I work one-to-one with clients in the community setting, and my aim is to work with them to reach employment. It's client-led, so we work towards their goals. An example of when I have supported a client to find work would be that we complete an action plan, and I listen to what the client wants and what their goals are, what support they would like, where they would like to work, and we really individualise that support to support the individual to find the job that they want. The good thing about Pathfinder and working with the organisations is the client tells a story once and they are referred straight to me. There's no waiting time, they don't have to go to the job centre. We're looking for paid work, so we work really closely. We meet weekly, or we can contact by email, by text, by phone, whatever is good for the individual.
Yeah, I wanted to sort of get back into employment. So through mental health services, they referred me to Mind. And then at Mind, I had a meeting. Yeah, it was a smooth transition from one service to another. I didn't have to jump through hoops to get from A to B, basically. I found a job over the Christmas period, which was working in a hotel as front of house. Yeah, and I worked there all over Christmas as a Christmas temp.
So as well as supporting people when they're being discharged, if they're attending one service and they decide there's a group in another service they want to access, they can now just be referred to that group and not have to go through the whole assessment process again. As part of the transition, we offer a 5 Ways to Wellbeing group.
Them 5 courses that I attended, I gained a lot of information about different agencies, support networks, avenues. I could never imagine attending a course with the way I was feeling. And then the first course was daunting, but actually turned out to be such a sort of success personally. I felt completely comfortable. And actually, I made a conscious decision within that course was not just to sit there and be quiet within the group, actually to take charge in some of the discussions and share my experiences, but to actually be encouraged to actually create your own little support network booklet that you can refer back to in the future. It encouraged me to be me again, and that booklet is my survival plan. It's there to help me if ever I need it in the future.
I kept thinking, well, what's in it for me? What if I go there? I'm just going to sit in a corner. And it felt very sort of like isolated. But the first thing when Suzanne mentioned these walking group, that's when I thought, well, that's something I'd like to do. And I was very fortunate, really. The first day I went, we went to Kingley Vale. We went to see the yew trees. It was a beautiful day in November. There were 17 of us went on the walk. I got to talk to pretty much everybody, became friends almost immediately with everybody, came back, had a meal at House 48, and that was my I ticked all the boxes there. I thought myself, that was the day that I felt that it changed everything. I felt like I want to go back to 48 now. I want to engage with all these people I've made friends with. That was my turning point, proper turning point, I think, yeah. I look now and I think, well, it's completely flipped the coin over. I'm really on the other side of this coin now. Everything is like fantastic. I'm having a great life now, but I never could have seen that last year.
It's helped me a great deal. It's, like I said, it's helped me find me again. I know that I've built up fantasies of how things are going to turn out. I spent Christmas Day with my family, which I do every year. My mum said it's so much better to see you as you again.
I don't even know how I did it, really, but there must have been something in me to go and seek some help, and I'm glad I did. It's been such a big, not more than a big help, it's been like a lifesaver. Best thing that ever happened to me.
I feel a lot happier these days. I feel a sense of achievement because already I have one job through that I got with the help of my Pathfinder specialist.
I was living my life down one path, and that was survival. It's actually opened up the world to say, look, there's not just 1 or 2 extra paths there. There's a high number of different paths that I can travel down and gain experience, gain valuable information to help continue my road to recovery. Actually starting and being introduced to Pathfinder actually made me feel like a person again. The secret's in the name, really, and it's not a secret, it's a clue. It leads you to different, it opens up your world again.